All right, so we're back on the 36 Pontiac, the How to Build a Hot Rod series. And what I want to do today is lower this back bumper so that we can see the tag, so I can drop the tag a little bit more. Right now, the bumper is high like that, right in the middle of the tag. So if we drop it about 3 inches, it'll be right at the bottom of the car, probably about right there. And now you can see the tag, and I can lower the tag a little bit and it'll look a lot better. So let's try to do that and see how hard that's going to be and see if we like it. All right, so before I start messing with the bumper brackets, to know how low I need to go, I've got this tag bracket that I've made in the past for something, and then we had it mocked up here, as you saw in one of the other videos. I'm basically trying to get the contour. I pie cut the back of the bracket so that I can flex it a little bit and try to get this contour on both sides. That's pretty close. I can still see a little bit of daylight. This is just going to give us a rough idea. Now we're going to make our cardboard template. You know I love my cardboard, don't you? And I'm thinking about having the tag stick out just a little bit. It's not going to stick out like this, but the bracket's going to be a little thicker. And you'll see, but this is just a mock-up. So let's run with this, use this to get an idea of what we're gonna do with some cardboard. All right, so I took the metal temporary bracket off, tag bracket, tag mount, and you know me and my cardboard. I whipped up a little cardboard template, and now we're going to start playing with this and adding stuff to it that will eventually bead roll and break and do all kinds of neat stuff to give it some character. Right now it's just a cardboard frame, but it's a lot easier to work with this cardboard, and it's a lot lighter, and I can put it back and forth. But we've marked it out on the edges. You can see how tight it fits, that radius right there on that roll pan that I made. So that's just the next step. Let's see what we can go from here. It's lower than it was, and it doesn't touch back here anymore. So we may even lower it a little bit more. Got to have a tag, but nobody says you can't make a custom bracket for it. All right, so I've taped this out with some 3/4 tape, and that gives me some lines to go by, and they're straight with the opening that was already there. Now I'll probably end up closing this entire opening in after I make the custom brackets that will hold the bumper. Right now we're trying to get this situated with the stock brackets. So I'm going to cut this little section right here out. We're going to drop this 3/4 of an inch. Actually, we're going to drop it more than that. We're going to be dropping it about 2 inches from where it was originally at. So let's cut this out. Look at the back bumper now, guys. Look how smooth the body looks, and the bumper is sucked in about 3 inches, and I lowered it about 2 inches. Now it still has a little kick up in it, that because the brackets aren't tight. But do you see the design style? Some of you may not get it. You may think I'm crazy. But man, it looks so much better. So much better. Now, this bumper used to stick out about 8 inches. You could drop a football between the bumper and the body. The bad thing is, I don't like the tag hidden behind the bumper. So I have got to come up with something else for that. That's the bad news. We've got to hide that tag in plain sight. Let me know what you think. Did I go in too far with the bumper? Or does the bumper look cool? Your input does mean a lot to me. Let me get back this way. This car is really starting to look very, very cool. And I put a piece of another car trunk. I made all of this, contoured the fenders and the roll pan all in together to give it this sexy look. But it still looks like a 30s car. Nothing's molded in with fiberglass or anything like that. This car is going to be white with red accents. Of course, you can see the wheels. They're absolutely beautiful. And the interior is going to be red. If you hadn't seen the rendering yet, go back and look at some of the 36 Pontiac on the series of that, and you can see what this car will look like when it's finished. So 1 step forward and 2 steps back, I got to revisit the tag location, and that's why it's made out of cardboard, and I hadn't wasted my time. Now you can see what I see. It doesn't look good hidden like that. Now I took the tag off. You see how much better that looks? Where am I gonna put the tag, guys? Another look at it from this side. Now let me go and put the tail light that we did on it. Show you that. All right, it's on there with some magnets and they're not holding very well. That's the new taillight stands in a new location. They're not sticking out past the trunk lid and the bumper like they used to. It's all jankety jank, but because there's a magnet sticking up, it's got it jacked up a little bit. But what do you think, guys? I made one stand in one of the episodes, and I went back and I've made new stands since then. So just wanted to show you guys what you think about the stands and the bumper. Now we got to figure out a tag. So I had somebody send me a message and ask me where the original tag mounted. The original tag mounted on top of the tail light, just like that. And this was the light that shined on it. That is not an option. But that will answer your question. That's why that lens is there. That's your tag light. That'll all be filled in. I'll make a panel for that, TIG all that in, TIG up all the extra holes, and it won't be like that anymore. Help me find a spot for the tag. What if we put it just on the outside of the bumper right here? Don't really like that either, but that's an option. It does not need to be Frenched into the deck lid. That's not an option. I'm stumped. I'm still not liking that, but if we got a vintage 1936 tag and used it instead of that, you might, and the fact that it's curved, and we may have to do what we were doing already and do some type of a cover for the tag to go around the edges. See if I can find the one I had, put it back on there and see what it looks like. All right, so I'll put this one back on there, and this has always just been a mock-up mistake that I've had that I've used as something to go by on a couple of different cars. But if we remade that and did a much better job and gave it some character, some detail, and curved it like the bumper, I still don't like it, but we're getting close. Let's go look at it from another angle. I love the way the bumper looks now. The light looks cool. We're getting close, guys. I need some feedback. So guys, as you can see by what I've been doing on this, there's a lot of thought and there's a lot of work that goes into the design elements of a car if you want it to stand out and be different than another one just like it. Doesn't matter whether it's a Camaro, a Mustang, a pickup truck. Dare to be different, step outside the box, be creative, be imaginative, do something that is your own. So you don't have to be as crazy as I am about some of this stuff, but that's my job. My job is to go beyond and create something incredibly cool. So, hey, you might be happy with just straight out of the box, and I'm cool with that. This is my passion. So I like being different. Don't hate me. But anyway, thanks for watching today. Thanks for understanding how crazy I am, and I hope you get something out of it, and I hope that it encourages you to get out in the garage and go build something. So with that said, make sure you check out Spanky'sHotRods.com. Lots of cool stuff on there for you. If your wife's watching, there's a lot of cool stuff on there for him, so go get him something. That helps support the channel, it helps us grow, and it helps us be able to give away some of the stuff that we're giving away. So, with that said, get out in the garage and go build something. See you in the next episode.